everyone, and welcome to my bank video. This will be my bank video for January of 2011. Alright, on my first tab in my bank I've got my cash and toggle, both my currencies. Then I've got all my hoods and capes. Next, tally tabs, curve bone, long bone, teleport, basically all these teleport stuff. Crystal key and half keys. Then I've got a whole bunch of tools here, tinderbox all the way through to shears, as well as some molds after that. Then I've got sapphire lantern and dark light, which I use for tormented demons. Then I've got some quest items, just a whole bunch of those, things like that. Then I've got these rings that I have collected over time. Then at the end here I've got some seaweed, soda ash, sand and glass, basically things needed to make glass. Don't know why I still have those, but I guess I just keep them. Then I've got some miscellaneous stuff such as grease, holy wrench, some other rings and the broomstick. My next tab is my herb lore tab, and this has got all my potions as well as herbs all the way from Marentil up to dwarfweed, as well as some secondary ingredients as well, and the herbicide right at the end. The next tab is the range tab. Because it's a range tab, obviously it's got ammo and weapons for range. You can see them all here. It's got all my void set, some items such as rune throne axe for Dagonoth kings, Zamorak robe for bandos, grapple for armadillo, stuff like that. It's also got my cannon in here, and also it's got all my barrows items. So basically that's everything to do with range. My next tab is my rune crafting and magic tab. And this one, obviously, it's got all my runes, as well as rune essences, rings of dueling. I don't have many of those at the moment, but it's got those, super energy potions, glory amulets charged and uncharged. It's got all my staffs. It's got the gem bag and my gems. Then it's got the talismans, pretty much all of them. It's got my nature tiaras if I'm crafting nature runes. Then it's got my magic stuff, the Seer's ring and all my magic armor, celestial surge box and my rune crafting pouches. The next tab is my tab for clues. Obviously it's got watch chart and sextant for the actual clue. Then it's got some stuff that you might need for clues, such as the machete, and then some items that you sometimes need for some of the clues. And it's also got some rewards here, firelighters, biscuits, sweets, and that's pretty much all there is to that page. Next tab is basically all my produce and stuff like that. It's got some ore from mining, bars for smithing, planks for construction, as well as logs, stuff for fishing, stuff for crafting, stuff for prayer, hunter, everything pretty much for all my stats. And then I've got these golden artifacts for thieving, some fire making items. Then it's got all my effigies at the end of this, as well as the sacred clay tools, which I'm currently using for training construction. Next tab is farming. I've already got 99 farming, but I still have these items in this tab, even though I barely do any farming anymore. But anyway, I've still got my herb seeds, white lilies, some other seeds here, spirit seeds, and then it's got some of the produce that I've collected, such as pineapples, papaya, super compost, sweet corn, watermelon, poison ivy, basically all my harvests. Then it's also got the items that I use for farming, such as my saplings, hatchet, things for covering spirit trees, and then the tools such as the trowel and spade and so on. Then it's got some teleports that I use while farming, skills necklace and combat bracelet, secateurs and the ectophile. Next tab is summoning, which has got my summoning charms, shards, as well as summoning eggs. Then it's got all my pouches that I use and the scrolls that I sometimes use along with those. Next tab is basically my combat page. It's got all my weapons and armor at the top here. It's got all my collection of rune items. I recently sold them, so I only got one of some of them, or two of them. But usually I sell when I get around 100 of them all. And then it's got all my food. Just have about a couple hundred of each of them. After that, it's got my Slayer items. So I've got Slayer rings, Slayer gems, Soul Wars cape, all my Slayer items, ferocious rings. Then it's got weight reducing items, just those there. Then it's got some teleports that I use. For instance, if I'm using a Glory Amulet, I'll use any that are here before I use any of my fully charged ones. Same goes for all the other ones. After that, I've sort of got stuff that don't really have a home, such as my task rewards. And I've got my chaotic weapons at the end here, and things that I use quite often I'll put right at the end here. So for instance, I'm training mining at the moment, so I've got my mining gear at the bottom. I've also been using bandos at frost dragons and so on, so I keep everything that I'm currently using towards the end so I can easily get to it. Anyway, that's my bank. This is January 2011, and thanks for watching.
Please don't carry the sound.